Hey there, it's Tyler here, and today I'm going to be putting together some really nice cabinets. These were sent to me, by the brand to show you what it's like to put these together versus buying them pre-assembled. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion all throughout this video. If I see something that, might be a little step to overcome, or if you see something that's really working out well, I'm going to tell you about that. So it comes with instructions. So I've got these here. I've got some tools that I'm probably going to need to go through this. I might have to go pause and go grab some other tools. Not entirely sure, but let's start with, there are 3 boxes. There's this box here, which is the slide hardware and some other pieces. So I'm going to set these aside. There's the logo piece there. Some little capture pieces here. These look like, these are the cabinet slides. Right there, let's get those out. Now, I'll tell you this, ever since I was about 10 to 12 years old, my parents, from mom and stepdad, would bring home some crazy piece of furniture and I would assemble it because I loved doing that. So I've been doing this for a long time. So hopefully this all goes well and I can give you, like I said, a really good opinion of whether or not this is something, you want to buy it pre-assembled or assembly required. So there's a cost savings to doing it this way. And all right, so those pieces are out, and I'm going to look at the little instruction here that says what comes with it. So it's a cabinet. All right, tells you these components. Okay, I got it. These must go inside the cabinet, and then these are the slides that made up with them, I imagine. But I'm going to figure all that out. And then these 2 capture pieces. Okay, so those are out. I'm going to try to keep the wind from blowing everything away. Probably just tuck things under some tools I got over here because it's a little breezy out here today and a little chirpy. I can't do anything about that. Gotta love the great outdoors. So put that aside. This next box, let's see what's in here. And this is going to be, I believe this is going to be an open frame cabinet. So this is one you would have to put the top on it. It's like Christmas Day. Do that very carefully. Top drawer face. Okay, so this is a drawer face. That's easy enough. And this must be the bottom door. So it actually says it right here on this. It says top drawer face for a B12 style of cabinet. And then some more pieces to put away. Just get them on. I'm always kind of keep my workspace a little neater. And this is the big pieces. That is one cabinet side. This is the other cabinet side. And those are the first things we're going to put together. So step 1 is to put those together, but let's get everything else out. First, this looks like the top, or it could be the bottom. Here is a fascia piece, drawer bottom panel. Okay, there's a bunch of little pieces in here, so I'm actually going to reach down, grab the hardware. Okay, these are the assembly instructions that come with it, but I was sent these separately, or I think you can go grab those from the website. So cabinet hardware, more of these. So there are a lot of, those aren't identical. This, anything like that is going to have a, piece like this slide into it. This may be a top piece. This looks to be similar, but not exactly the same. as these because it has a covering on one side and these do not. So that maybe is the front one. Same here. These are two identical pieces. Put those like that because they match. Way down deep in the box. That looks like a door front, perhaps. Back drawer panel. And there's all my other hardware. Try to organize things a little bit. I'll put some things underneath I'm not using right away. So the first step one, is going to use these large pieces, and it shows you exactly which hole to use. So there's an arrow pointing to the hole you use for attaching these brackets. So it points out exactly which one there and there. So I'll need these. Let's get the bottom drawer panel, these small pieces, back drawer panel, this piece, and these pieces set aside. Then this piece as well. I'll also move these out of the way. These are what's going to attach the door. Set those off to the side. I need these. All the hardware is just mixed into the bag here. So you'll have to manually separate things or just fish for the thing that you're looking for. They're different enough, like there's not a lot of pieces that are similar. So it'll be easy to tell kind of what's what. But one preference I have when I'm doing assemblies like this is that the large bag has smaller bags that have potentially, numbered or labeled parts. So like part A, part B, part C. So that'd be nice. I can figure it out, but I do like when things are kind of structured like that. All right, I've got a couple different screwdriver options here. I've got this one, and then I've got this, which might be a little faster. And just have them both out here ready to go. It would also be nice if in the instructions it said, like, these are the tools that would be required. That's what this is for. It's already getting warm down here in the south. And I need to beat the rain. Let's get a screwdriver head. I've got a few different sizes, so I might choose a different one later, depending on the exact function I'm trying to do. All right. So in step one, it says I need these A pieces. So in the instructions, it does call these A. So I'm going to set all the A's aside here. Okay, that's piece A. Then I need the B's. The B's are the little capture buckles. I'm going to set those on the other side. I don't think I need those in the early steps. I need those later on when I start putting things together. So, and then C is these wooden pegs. I'll put all those in a cluster here. The D's are the screws. Let me see if I can, at this point I might just want to dump out. No, I don't want to lose everything. The D's are the short screws. I'm going to leave them here for now. Okay. Piece A. The A's, and there's a piece called K. K is this bottom piece here. Take 4 of these. Do not over tighten them. You don't need to crank them down really tight. They just want to sit flush. So turn them until the black part is flush with the top, or else the next steps won't work right, from experience. Want the black to be flush, but don't over crank it. All right, those 4 installed. I'm going to set that one aside where it's not going to drop off. Now, in this board, there are 2, 4, 6, 8 holes that are exactly the same as these. So you're going to need 8 of these A pieces. And again, just screw them down flush. So everything I do on this piece, I'm going to duplicate and mirror on the other piece here. So this one is, this is A, because the notch is there, and that's actually the bottom. This is the top. And then the other one there is B, and this is K. So they don't have little stickers on them that tell you what they are. That would be nice. But like I said, since I've been about 10 to 12 years old, I've been putting together stuff very similar to this, using the same kinds of screws. The technology has actually gotten better. I remember having troubles with these as a kid. You do one step wrong, you have to take everything back apart, put it back together another way. And also sometimes if you over tighten these, you rip the threads and then it's no good. So you do want to be careful about that. Okay, all the A pieces. All the A pieces in and flush. Usually like to just go around and give a little torque feel to all of them. One that was a little bit loose. There we go. The A's, the C's, these pegs go into these larger holes. There, if you want, you can tap these in very lightly with a small hammer. I would recommend like a little tap hammer. But usually you're able to just push them in with your thumb. And it looks like, except for this top center one, there's basically going to be one next to each of the screws. So this one needs a little love. All those are in. The D's are the small screws. Let's get a little handful of those out. You want to look carefully at how this goes in. So this is A, and then this goes at the bottom. So there's 2 different sides. This obviously would not go here. And then it points to, on the back one, this bottom left hole there in that row. It points to this hole here. Like that. And there is a little pre-tapped place to put them into. goes into that bottom hole. So line those up. Looks like maybe I want to, yeah, pull that out, get it out of the way. Center this on that hole. And just screw it down until the screw is flush with the metal. It'll seat just a little bit. The straighter you set that in, the better your life is going to be. This does slide out of the way. Again, just tighten it till it's flush. They do countersink a little bit. The straighter you drive them in, again, the better your life is going to be. These, it shows these. It shows, got our little talkative kitty coming over to see us. Now this would appear to be that it goes there. And these come with their own little screws. And only the A piece gets these because the door only opens on one side. You can see those line up there. I'll grab the little screws that come in this little bag, keep those separate. 2 for each. 1, 2. 1, 2. There is a there's a plastic insert that it screws into. And again, just tighten it till it's sunk into that hole. If you can hear me over the wind, don't over tighten. You will regret it. So once this first side is done, the second one should actually go a little faster because number one, there's less screws because these aren't on the other side. And number two, I'll have done one and you'll have done one with me. And then it also looks like they want you at this point to put in these tabs for the shelves. So there are 2 and then there are plugs. So you can choose which shelf you want. I'm going to go with the middle shelf, which is what they've indicated. But I think that's, fielder's choice, whichever you want to do. So the plugs will tap into there. 2 plugs like that. And 2 gentle. Trying to level that. Get this out of the way again. Actually, yes, the seat part, the bottom, goes towards the bottom of the cabinet, because then you've got the whole larger piece here for the shelf to set on. And put the blanking plugs in. If I can stop playing tiddlywinks with them, that would be great. Gentle taps. Use a small hammer. Okay. Boy, that slide is really good. So it glides really easily, and then as you get towards the end, it kind of slows it down, and then it seats in place perfectly. So this is side A is complete. It does not suggest to put the 2 buckles in here yet. So you'll do that in a later step. Okay. Set side A aside. No pun intended. Side B, just going to repeat basically everything we did on the other side. Oh, I was incorrect. So the door is going to depend on which way you want the door to open, to the right or to the left. There are the holes to put the door on this side, so that's going to end up being the right side of the cabinet. So I put them on the left side, so my door is going to open to the left. Not like the song. To the left, to the left. All the doors open. To the left, to the left. Again, piece A. Tighten it down until it's flush. 8 of those. Word to the wise, don't lose your parts in the grass. 4 down, 4 to go. Another tab, 1 more show. Can you believe it? Another observation is they come with the exact number of these needed. Having an extra 1 or 2 would be nice, even though they're quite sturdy. If for some reason you were to lose one or have one strip out or anything like that, you'd want a spare. So the side towards you, this is the bottom of the cabinet, and this is the top. So again, it shows you exactly which ones of these to use. The bottom one from this row, and this side, bottom right one for that row. But I'm gonna put the pegs in. Grab my hammer, just to give them a little gentle tap. There are 6 of those. 1, 2, 3. Oh. There are more than 6, unless I've put one in where one does not belong. I might be short, or if I dropped one. I want these screws that come with it. All right, again, make sure you center that. And there are pre-drilled or they've tapped out the face of the board, so you know exactly where the screw goes into, and just screw that down until it gets flush. Flush with the bracket, don't over tighten. I will keep saying that, never over tighten. And then on this, you just need to put these pegs in. Again, the larger flat side to the top. And the blanking plugs. I'll need 4 of those. Again, you could wait and put these in so you know where you want your shelves to go, and then just match them. So whether top, bottom, middle. They've shown it going in the middle, but it's your choice for how tall you want that to be. Or I think if you didn't want the shelf at all, if you just wanted a big open cabinet, you wouldn't even need to put the shelf in. Okay, it looks like that is B completely assembled. So A, B, and K are put together. Let's show you that. And I will need to go find a peg there. It just gives more stability to the furniture, to the cabinet. Oh, guess what? The peg was there. It was in the bottom. It was in the bottom of the box. It had fallen out of the. It had fallen out of the bag. believe it or not, that is a completion of step one. Now the rest of it, I'm guessing, because the big part is putting all the pieces on there, and I'm not left with very many pieces at this point. Step two looks like I'm taking B, which is the second one I put together. So B, like this. Ooh, let's not lose. Let's put that over there. More stable, more better. Okay. So now I need E, which is the piece that has the matching groove. So match the groove, put that in there, and then you put these little turnbuckles in, whatever you call them. These here, line them up so that it captures the screw, and then you want to turn them about a quarter turn. But what am I going to tell you? I always tell you, do not over tighten. I'm guessing that D is the one that has the plastic on the front. So unless I'm missing something here, back in the original sketch, yeah, it wasn't entirely clear what D was. So because the door, because I figured this out, because the door is going to sit against D, the slide out drawer is going to sit against D, you want that to hit this plastic piece there. So one goes here, and one goes here. Before I do that, let's put these buckles on. Grab two of those. Come around, you'll see this. The buckles have an open side. Put the open side over the screw head, turn it about, is it like a quarter turn, 3/4 of a turn? No, not 3/4, half, maybe half. Till that's about a 90. You want to get this one on first and then this one, because otherwise you won't have room for your screwdriver. And there's a piece called E. Oh, you know what? I did something wrong. I'm going to take that out. Ah, this actually goes on the top. That was what I did wrong. Okay, so this goes here because you want that groove to line up. So I did that wrong. That is correct. D and D. C is going to be, I believe, not this panel, but this panel. So again, it's got the plastic against the front. Goes on like this. 3 of the buckles. And then 2 Fs, which has to be this one. And the buckles go to the back. There you go. That half is assembled. K doesn't go on until the next step. So you want to slide this piece in, and it doesn't matter which way. This way, both sides are nice and flat and even. Slide this piece in before you put the top on, or the top won't go on. I mean, that won't go in. And then A, so this is where we want to step 3. Make sure I got all those. B, so A goes like this. And if you line up all the holes, there you go. Now that's looking more like a cabinet. You know what I'm saying? And then did I bury the buckles? Nope. So it says in step 3, put all those together. Oh, it's not. There we go. The panel had to drop into the groove. So find every one of the holes that fits one of these and crank it on down. Do not over tighten. Make sure it grabs the screw. Remember what I said before? I might need to go get my short stubby screwdriver. Because this one, now it's going to be a little bit of a pain. Or grab my right angle attachment. All right, back to putting this together like this, like this. Hey there, friend. Looks like I've got all those together. It's looking like a real cabinet. And then it says to put K on here, so you can't see it. The unfinished side there, the finished side to the bottom, and then I'm going to put a couple more buckles in here. And luckily I've got just enough left. I felt it go flying out of my hand, couldn't find it on the ground. It was caught in my pants, curled up. But again, it would be nice to have an extra. Tighten that just enough, do not over tighten. If I haven't said that before, I will say it again. Do not over tighten. Okay, now it's going to say, now it's saying to get to these side rails. Oh, you know, I said something earlier I need to apologize for. It does actually tell you 20 of the cam fittings, A and B, 14 of the dowels, C, 36 of the D size screws, 2 of the 30mm screws, 4 of the shelf pins, 8 of the hole covers, 4 of the rubber bumpers, the hinge set K and I, which I kept them together, and then the low drawer shows ST, V, W, and Y. And then it does show you a little diagram of all the pieces and how they go together, but it would be nice if there was a sticker on each piece, because I don't know what this is. And I don't know if that is H. H appears to be a, M is the door, L is the cabinet front, this is the back of the drawer, okay, the nondescript with no markings, whatever, that's going to be your shelf. So that's easy. But this drawer bottom panel has no pre-drilled holes in it. Because it's just the bottom of the drawer. Okay. Okay, so I is the top. Oh, okay, I'm going to leave this on, but these do have a protective plastic on them to keep them. I'm going to leave that on there for now, but there is a protective plastic to keep this piece in good shape. That's good. Okay, that's making a little more sense. This is I. I needs these two pieces some sort of way. No? Oh, I is the back panel, this little piece here. These have to attach on. That's the back drawer panel. So it's W and D. So there's some D's here, and these are not pre-drilled. 2, 3, 4 of the little D size screws. I'm looking to see if there's a pre-drilled hole. There is not. So these, you just want to line these up exactly like that. And then just push them down to get it started. From the drawings, it appears it goes on like this. Okay, so that is the back panel for the drawer. It looks like it's going to attach onto this some sort of way. Maybe it's like this. Yeah. It's going to be like that. Let's see what it says next. So H is going to be the bottom drawer panel. It says there. This should be the drawer face here. There. Maybe, maybe not. There's the drawer. Because these don't have labels on them, and these don't have pre-drilled holes, this is where I'm starting to feel a little bit like you'd want to call customer support or get some better instructions from somewhere. Ah, well that, now see, that makes sense. This clips on. So that's making a little bit more sense now. Honestly, still a little bit of a frustrating step. Because it wasn't super clear what was going on there. So it looks like one thing you can do is, when you get this back drawer on, and this is set up right, Got a couple of screws in, but then there are hooks you can hammer down in to hold it in place. So it does say to take I, H, and the two sides and take 4 Ds down each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And these don't have pre-drilled holes, but where they go, it's starting to become a little bit more obvious now. 5, I need 3 more. C'est la vie. Make sure that it's flush front and back, because the door still has to go in the front there. Then you do have to make your own holes here, so you're going to have to get a little bit of a hard push to crack the outer veneer coating. So I'm going to put one in the front and one in the back of each of these, and then get the rest done so that they're lined up, nice and even down the sides. If this cabinet was actually going to be in my house and it was going to be exposed, I'd be putting something on top of it. So I wasn't hurting this. I just want this up here where you can see everything, and it makes it an easier platform for me to work on. Getting close to being done, but I never got these out. Well, that makes a lot more sense now. Okay. And then there's another fascia piece. That's a relief. So these were the pieces you were supposed to remove. That's what it was. These could have come inside of here, and what you do to get them out is turn that screw, and then that ejects it. That's reassuring. And these are like symmetrical all the way around, so it doesn't matter which way they go in. Tighten it down, don't over tighten. You don't want that to pop through the front of the door. It fixes into a little piece of wood. At the base of the hole, there's a little piece of wood that's going to grab into that sticks up. There. Don't over. Put the other one on. And now you have the drawers built. And the door. Have to undo this. There. There. Drawer is built. That was step 7. Set the drawer aside. And continue on to step 8, which is putting this hardware onto the door panel. So I didn't separate these two before, and you don't really need to, but it is a little easier to work with if you do. I'm going to flip this up, and I'm going to come around this way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to grab 4 of the screws that came with the door hardware, and a screwdriver. And then these go on. Try to be out of your way so you see it. There, those go into the holes. Again, like I said, it's easier to do. You can separate the pieces, but if you have two people or you've done this a few times, like I have, you don't need to. Just get one of the top ones on. Again, just tighten it till it's flush. Don't over tighten it. Get the bottom one on. I'm in your way. And then put the inside screws on. Just do a little flush check, torque check. Don't over tighten it. There you go. There's the door. It does have this protective plastic. I'm going to take that off later. That just keeps the door looking good, especially when guys like me drop it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the last piece is that the door just I may have the drawer hardware on upside down. Let's backtrack. Where I put those side rails on. Boy, I was sure I did that right. Yeah, that's definitely not it. The door definitely goes on the other way. So if you've been following me to this point and you did what I did, in this step here, this being the bottom right side, the slide rail was supposed to go towards the top. So now I have to take both slide rails off and flip them to the other side. Remember what I said about doing this as a kid, and sometimes you get one step just slightly wrong, and then you get all the way to the end and you're like, oh, that step was wrong. Well, here I am. Good news, it's off. Bad news, you still got to take this one off, which means sliding this all the way out. Okay. The good news about the door is if you've done this wrong, you just undo, you just turn these and flip the door upside down. Okay, I'm going to turn this in a way that makes it easier for me to install it. All right. I bet you this drawer is going to go on so much easier now. And it looks like it clicks, those click in place. Yep. Slide them all the way up, they click in place. As I said, if the drawer is upside down, you can just get this little piece out of the way, unlatch that, get this little piece out of the way, unlatch that, and flip it. There. Well, looks like that's it. A couple other little cosmetic things. I'll take off this plastic coating. Protective film. That will look nicer. So will this. There are these pieces here. I'm not sure. Oh, those. Rotate this so you can see it. These little pieces here. The logo. Actually, not sure which way is up. Which way is up? This way is up. So that snaps into there and covers out. There you go. Done. Just need to put the shelf in. There. Figuring this part out was a little bit of a challenge. I made a couple of mistakes along the way. There are some extra cover pieces here if you want to cover up anything. Now this does not have a top on it, so this would go under a countertop. So this is not a finished piece. But the the drawer can be removed if you wanted to. Swapped out if you wanted a different color. But that looks to be it. And the drawer can be removed fairly easily. It says it just pops up. Maybe there's a little more to it than that. There might be a little piece to hit here. But anyway, there you have it. Took me more than an hour. I did make a couple of mistakes. Pay attention very carefully as you're putting this together with the instructions. Always when you're putting on these drawer slides, I always try to figure out which side is up, but it was a little challenging in this case. Overall, I'd say the quality is good, but the challenges that I had would have me leaning towards the pre-assembled version for the frameless style. I think it's going to make your life a lot easier that way. That's it.